I'll have an invocation and then the Pledge of Allegiance. And before we go to prayer, may we just take, again, a moment of silence to think of our friends in Israel and the American casualties and the American hostages. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the night of rest and thank you for this opportunity to serve the citizens of Washington County. Lead, guide, and direct us. Lord, may we serve the citizens by serving you first and foremost. Direct us, guide us, use us for thy service. May we show a professionalism and courtesy and kindness and, Lord, just love for others. We ask these things in thy Son's precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. With that, we'll call our October 17th, 2023 meeting to order. And we'll start out with Commissioners' comments.
Minutes?
Excuse me. No minutes this
Oh,
morning?
no minutes, okay.
Yeah, before-
Good morning. First of all, welcome the family of the Weddles. Jared, thank you. You brought in, look at all these. It's pretty impressive. I didn't know you had a family quite that big, but obviously you do. So, yeah, thank you for being here. I had a surgery last week, so I didn't do much of anything to talk about. I do want to thank Meredith. They did a wonderful job as usual. And I know there's a lot of stuff that goes around about Meredith, but it was very, very, very good experience for the care. I did get to listen to Women's Commission, who I'm a part of that as ex officio on that committee. They held a TEDx out at Kepler Theater. It's on YouTube if you want to see it. It was a very nice event, a lot of good dynamic speakers. Actually, Commissioner Harvey's daughter spoke, and she was great. So I'd encourage you to go watch that if you want to hear some of what the ladies had to say. And I think that's it for me, but I appreciate everybody being here this morning. Thank you.
Okay. Wayne? Good morning.
Sure. We're just hoping we could seek some consensus among the commissioners. I'd like to see if we can have another joint meeting with the city of Hagerstown. I suppose we both may have some issues to discuss, but I'd like a follow-up conversation when we met at the Weinbrenner, the wastewater treatment plant. I'm sorry, the water treatment plant back in the spring. I'd like an update from that and, see if we found any resolution or consensus to help. We talk about economic development. One of the strongest impediments seems to be access to water and sewer. So if we could meet with the city of Hagerstown, I think that would be great. Would also, just on that same front, I think it might be good to meet with the Board of Education since they started their new school year. I've heard some good things, and I think it might be good just to get an update. So hoping we can get some consensus. Back to the city of Hagerstown, would like to thank Bob Brucci for his service as former mayor, former councilman. Maybe we wait until they install their next councilman or councilwoman. That way they can be a participant as well. I would imagine that would happen fairly soon. But so nothing that I'm asking for next week. We got a little bit of time. So just hoping we might get some consensus on that.
Thank you.
See a couple heads nodding.
I think we've already been asked by the city for a joint council meeting sometime in November. Is that correct? Or
Yes, they asked for us to schedule one. I believe the date we were looking at was in December, but I will reach back out to them to let them know that we have a tentative date.
I would want to. I'm okay with that. I prefer to meet here. I don't think they proposed to go back to the water treatment plant, did they?
No, they did not.
And I'd like to see, obviously, an agenda before we met and see.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I have.
yeah, that's fine.
Commissioner Harvey?
Yeah, I'm fine with meeting with Hagerstown as long as we have a good location and we have a firm agenda, focused, and preparatory papers are completed for both sides so we understand what we're going to be addressing and what we're going to try to actually accomplish.
Okay.
So-
I think that's a great idea.
The comprehensive plan review continues to go forward. I was at the Smithsburg session that Jill Baker and her team ran there with the mayor and the council, and they had a good turnout. And I believe the next one is going to be next week in Williamsport. I think Mr. Barr will give us the exact date. A number of us attended the Washington County Farm Bureau dinner. That was a really nice event. We had a lot of representatives from around the tri-state area at that dinner. Jeff was there too. Jeff, you'll probably provide some additional comments. Other than that, I'm been focused on a lot of other things. My consulting business has been pulling me away on some other things, so I've not been to a lot of events. And with that, I'll close.
Good. Thank you.
Good morning, welcome to our gray hooded visitors out there. Thank you for in large numbers. We need to get a good team picture of that later.
In a sweatshirt.
Yeah. One of the things I did do, I attended the BMX Northeast Finals over at the fairgrounds Sunday. It was pouring down rain Saturday for the grand opening, but I did make it over there. There was a tremendous crowd of young people and folks over there supporting the athletes on the bikes. I too attended the Farm Bureau. It was the 100th anniversary of the Washington County Farm Bureau. Very nice event. They had even a band there with Mr. Richard DeGrange and Fertile Soil, who always plays good music. I attended the opening of the aviation program at Williamsport High School that the Board of Ed initiated, and actually got to sit in one of those trainers. And Mr. Wagner, what are they called?
Simulators.
Simulators, what?
Redbird TD2.
There you go. About 12 of those units, and the students were very enthused about the program. I did also attend the opening of Chick-fil-A on Sharpsburg Pike, and I did stop out at Steam Fest at the college and walked around, and that was well attended. One thing I wanted to bring to everybody's attention, on October 12, 2000, the USS Cole was attacked by a group of terrorists, and two local boys, Patrick Roy and Craig Riverly, were killed and died in that terrorist attack. And I just wanted to put their names in our minutes for today, that we all honor them and all of the victims that suffer from these terrorist attacks. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Klein. Good morning. Welcome to the Weddle family and all your agricultural visitors here today. Today's a very special day, and we have a number of things to present, and we're honored that you're here. I've got a number of things. This past week has been extremely busy, but first and foremost, I got a special 7-year-old granddaughter that today's her birthday, and I told her she'd be on television. She got all excited. She was more excited about that than her birthday. So happy 7th birthday to Hadley Grace Hallbaker. She was born with a very serious hearing impairment, and she's been through, in her 7 years, she's been through about 9 operations and cochlear implants, and obviously she's a special young lady.
I know someone who thinks so.
Yeah, yes. So but she's all excited about watching her name on television tomorrow night on Channel 6.
Good,
So,
good.
Also, my apologies to the agricultural community. I would have sure have liked to have been at the 100th anniversary, but I was representing Washington County at the Teacher of the Year Award down in Baltimore on Friday night. Was extremely well attended, probably somewhere between 500 and 600 people from all over the state. Our own Raymond Weber from Salem Avenue Elementary School was one of 7 finalists. Unfortunately, he did not get the top honor, but in our book, he's a winner. And the highlight was a surprise visit by Governor Wes Moore, and I looked at Dr. Savine when the governor came in the room, and he was obviously with the 7 big counties on their side of the room, so to speak, and I said, I have a half notion to go over and see what all the excitement's about, and and butt in, and he goes, I would. And so I had some time to share with the governor. So it all worked out extremely well. Very pleased. A number of other things. Sunday afternoon, there was a very special event at Congregation Benai Abraham over on Baltimore Street, I guess it is. They had this is their fifth in a series of 6 town hall meetings, if you will, in honor of their 130th anniversary of Benai Abraham in our community and the 70 or 75th anniversary of the State of Israel. And they had a gentleman from the Minister of Economic Affairs from the Embassy of Israel in Washington, D.C. They escorted him up with security, of course, and he spoke, and they whisked him away pretty quickly. So keep those folks in our hearts and prayers as we move forward. Attended the ribbon cutting, another nice event for the aviation apprentice program at Williamsport High School. Nicely attended, and it's another good thing for our community. It basically will be a feeder program to Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics here at the airport, and just a tremendous opportunity. They had a young 14-year-old young man, freshman, who's entering into that program, spoke very well and very articulate, and wish him much success in his apprenticeship program, because there's a need for folks in the aviation industry, not only locally, but not only nationally, but around the world. And the career path is quite open. Mr. Wagner, in your surgery last week, I attended the Airport Advisory Committee, and they had a good meeting. A lot of positive things happening at the airport, and so it was well attended, and some good reports. Also attended the TEDx Women's event, and thank you to Commissioner Harvey's wife, Beth, for all her hard work. I think it's the 2nd annual. It was well attended. I think they had a good day. I couldn't stay for the whole event, but pleased with the speakers and pleased with the turnout, and thanks for, please say thank you to Beth.
Thanks to HHC, so they did a great job.
Yes.
I mean, HCC, sorry.
I think it was heard a lot of positive comments. Congratulations to Black Rock Golf Course. I understand that the Herald Mail Media has presented to our golf course the best course in the tri-state area. So
Yeah, I forgot that, John. I went to their meeting last night as ex officio on that committee, and they're proud of that. And I tell you, that golf course is amazing right now, so they well-deserved win.
Good deal. They work hard out there. They've done. I'm not a golfer, so I have, no skin in it. But I've heard on the street from folks that I know that play golf that very impressed with the condition, with the drought we had this summer. Things are just really looking up at the county golf course. Another item on my list here this morning. Welcome, Greg Cartlett. Thank you, sir. Welcome aboard, and appreciate you coming back to Washington County and making this your home and employment. So, thank you, sir. Another item I have, I want to say thank you to all the volunteers and hard workers at this local Salvation Army. There was an appreciation breakfast this morning. I did slip up there at 8 o'clock, and for all the volunteers and those that give to help others in this community through the Salvation Army, they're up there this morning having a thank you breakfast. And with that, I just want to rally my group here that I know last year we tried to ring the bell, and if I have consensus, we'd like to set up another Commissioners' Day and maybe some senior staff helps out, PR can get us some, set up with some signage and recognition, but if we could have ring the bell as commissioners to support the community.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Okay.
So we'll try to, I'll get with staff and we'll see what we can pick a good day and a good location and do some PR with it. There's probably a few other things. Upcoming events. Tonight is our meeting with the municipality of Clear Spring at 6 p.m. Town Hall in Clear Spring. Washington County Free Library auditorium dedication is today at 3 o'clock. Beam signing event at the proposed Meredith School of Medicine is this Thursday, October the 19th at 4:30 p.m. out at the medical campus there at the construction site. The Chamber October Bash is also this Thursday, the 19th at 5 p.m., Middletown Valley Bank, Professional Court. Trunk or Treat at the Washington County Sheriff's Office, Friday the 20th at 5:30. 34th Annual Step and Stride and Breast Cancer Survivor Parade is this Saturday, the 21st, at 9:30 a.m. at HCC. Roots and Stones Afternoon in the Cemetery fundraiser, Saturday, October the 21st at 3 p.m., and that is the African American Cemetery off of Clinton Avenue there in Halfway. And also the Sharpsburg Museum of History Volunteer Night, Saturday, October 21st at 5 p.m., and that's at St. Paul's Episcopal Church on West Main Street in Sharpsburg. And I think,
Ed, is there beam signing this week at Meredith?
Yes.
Did you get that? I don't know. I might have missed it.
yes, I mentioned that. Let me see, where's it at here? Beam signing is Meredith, Thursday at 4:30.
Okay.
Out at the site, obviously. So I think that's pretty much everything. Anything else, gentlemen, that I've missed or you would like to add? Okay, with that, we'll move right into staff comments. And Michelle, you want to go first?
Okay. I also attended the grand opening of the new Chick-fil-A on the Sharpsburg Pike. I'd like to thank our permits and inspection staff for a job well done and making sure that the construction process was smooth. I attended the Washington County Coalition meeting at the Chamber of Commerce with our local partners to prioritize county projects for state consideration. I also attended Washington County Public Schools ribbon cutting at Williamsport High School for the takeoff of the aviation program. It was exciting to see this incredible program and opportunity for our students coming to fruition. Just a couple of things from our HR department. We do have management boot camp starting today for another round of leadership here at the county. Jason Miller, who is our benefits coordinator, is in the process of implementing a wellness program for employees here at the county. We should be hearing from him within the next week or two. It should have a few incentives. It's a wellness program. It's called FitPro, and it's coordinated through Aetna, and it's to bring wellness to our county staff. At this time, staff would like to recommend that Kelsey Mace be appointed as the Chief Financial Officer at a grade 20, step 17, with an annual salary of $148,179, an effective date of October the 16th, 2023. Kelsey is a county employee, and I'm super excited for her in this next chapter of her career here at the county.
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion and second to approve as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, 5-0. Thank you.
Okay. Staff would also like permission to fill and advertise for Kelsey's replacement. That role is the Deputy Director of Budget and Finance at a position, and the position is a grade 17.
That's a consensus or a motion?
Consensus, I believe.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep,
Okay.
no problem.
Staff would like to recommend that Dominic Turano be appointed as the Deputy Director of Human Resources at a grade 16, step 5, with an annual salary of $80,995 and a start date that will be determined by Human Resources. He is asked to give a month's notice to his current employer.
That takes a vote.
This takes a vote, yes.
Motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, motion and second to approve as submitted. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. 5-0.
And just to piggyback on Commissioner Barr's comments, I'd like to take a few minutes to welcome and introduce Greg Cartret to the board. He is our new Director of Permits and Inspection. His first day was yesterday. He does come to us from the city of Lake City, South Carolina. He has an incredible amount of knowledge and experience, and I'm excited to have him on our management team at Washington County. Thank you, Greg.
They done gave you a new shirt, Greg, already. How about that?
Sorry. Sorry, Michelle, I didn't know.
That's all
I didn't mean to.
No, that's all. Welcome.
Any few words or anything?
No, I greatly appreciate the opportunity, and it was a joy yesterday. We had our staff meeting there. Miss Michelle was there. And, you know, just got thrown right on into the fire yesterday morning, and glad to be here. My wife is learning how to get around Hagerstown, and as you can see from my head, my son decided to jump on me while I was shaving the Sunday night. So, you know, he's 5 and he's rambunctious and ready to go, but we're settled, and thanks for the opportunity.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I think I understood you.
Yes.
I said, I think I understood.
He has a young son, too. I just want to point out that the next comprehensive plan meeting on October the 25th at 6 p.m. in Williamsport at the Fire Hall Banquet Hall is actually the last comprehensive plan meeting. I just want to make sure that, you know, the community is aware that it's the last meeting. And then our next regular meeting will be next week on October the 24th. And that's everything that I have.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Good morning, Commissioners. Zachary Kiefer, Assistant County Attorney. I'm here on behalf of their respective boards, requesting a motion to reappoint Amber Smart, Danielle Weaver, and Ronald Humble to serve their first full term of 3 years on the Washington County Police Accountability Board, and to approve the reappointment of Charles Summers to serve his first full year term of 3 years on the Washington County Administrative Charging Committee. Both of the PAB and ACC members may not serve more than 2 consecutive full terms, this being the first for each of the 4 members. The Police Accountability Board is not a paid board, the ACC is. So I just respectfully request a motion for the reappointment.
Motion to approve is stated.
Second.
Okay, and a motion is second, ready to vote. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One thing I did fail to mention, and Commissioner Klein, thank you, you reminded me, there's flu shots in the building here today. It started
At
10 o'clock.
10:30, I think.
10:30?
I think it's at 10:30.
10 to 12, I think.
Yeah, I think we're able to get a break in.
Yeah, like I say, when we go from open session to closed session, might be the time to take a break if anyone wants to get a flu shot, so, just for. Jonathan Horowitz, Economic Development. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Commissioners. Jonathan Horowitz, Director of Business and Economic Development. I'm here to inform the board and provide the community a little bit of an exciting opportunity. Next week is Economic Development Week across the state of Maryland. It's an event designed to recognize and appreciate the work of economic developers and their impact on their communities in the state of Maryland. So next week, our department has planned a little online trivia hunt. So on Monday of next week on social media, I'd like the citizens of Washington County to check out our social media and Facebook pages and our press releases. We'll be kicking off a little event next week where we'll be issuing 5 questions per day about the work of our department and our impact on the community. And so citizens are encouraged to answer those questions and submit them via an online form that PR is going to create There'll be a website splash page that everybody will be directed to. But Monday through Thursday, we'll be asking 5 questions per day, and every citizen is encouraged to submit answers. Correctly answered questions will get your name into a drawing for Friday, and we'll be giving away several $50 Visa gift cards to the community. And this event is basically designed to encourage the community to engage with our department and our work and understand a little bit more about the impact that our department has on the community. So just wanted to sort of inform your board today and let the community know that that will start next Monday. There'll be some press releases that go out this Friday, but the event kicks off Monday morning at 8, so the citizens can get their names into that drawing up to 4 times. So you can answer the questions Monday through Thursday, and you'll have up to 4 chances to win a Visa gift card. So a little bit of an exciting opportunity for the community to engage. Any questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Okay, thank you. Next up is citizens' participation. I'd like to once again read the citizen participation statement. This is an opportunity for citizens to comment about an issue or issues of county practices and interests. This is not an interactive dialogue or question and answer session. It is solely a time to hear citizens' comments. Please limit your remarks to 3 minutes or less, and we must, I'll stress this again, please, for the record, we must have your full name and address. So, first up, ma'am.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for your service to the community, and thank you all for attending today, all of our special guests. My name is Stephanie Phillips. You have my mailing address on file, and if you need to contact me directly, I live in the city limits, and the city police department can direct you. I have requested protection under the Federal Whistleblower Act. If you insist, I will disclose my address. Would you like to insist?
Ma'am, I've read the statement. We've asked you before. Please.
50 Summit Avenue. Thank you. This morning, number 1 on the list is, I asked the security greeters at the county courthouse, where do you direct people to park? When they ask, and their answer is wherever you can find. I'm still in the research and development phase of this. I don't have a solution. I don't like to just come and bring up problems. I like to offer solutions. 2, I would like to comment your efforts to visit and hold meetings in other locations. One of the neighboring counties has a morning meeting, and they invite people to speak at the beginning and citizens comment at the end. I think this is probably very accommodating to people that are trying to come right as they're going to work and at lunchtime to not miss too much work. You know, when I was asking around the county, what is the greatest challenge of Washington County, the most intriguing answer I got was from one of the most well-respected professionals I know. They said it would not be appropriate for me to comment, and they worked in private industry. My experience visiting city and county meetings in several states, we get very few general citizens coming to the meetings. I think most people, as long as their trash is picked up and something of planning and zoning doesn't directly affect them, are very happy where they chose to live and how things are going. I come here to learn. I come here to support you. I come here to appreciate these people that are getting special recognition and citations. You know, as we advocate for our civil servants to be able to live and serve in the same community, and this morning I was out front with my national security is everybody's business sign, which would increase security for all communities, that intriguing answer of it would not be appropriate for me to comment, some could translate to the equivalent of it would not be politically correct to comment. You all have a very difficult job. Politicians, law enforcement, and justice are some of the most leveraged people by organized crime in our country and worldwide. And you need more support in person, not just viewing online. You need support from every single citizen in this community. And our country needs support from every single citizen in our country to show up. And many people don't have the time. They're too busy with their work and with their families. I don't come here to be a nuisance and annoy you. I come here to support you and your community and the broader national security interests of our country. I was very, very happy to be here last week to hear the business community representative and their lobbyists. You have your general citizens, you have your business community, you have your tourism visitors, and we also have our entire country to consider. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other citizens' comments this morning? Hearing none, we'll move right along to results from Washington County, Maryland Agricultural Innovation Grant. Leslie Hart. Good morning, Leslie. And Jonathan.
Good morning, Leslie Hart, Washington County Department of Business and Economic Development. I just wanted to give you, as promised, a brief overview of the Ag Innovation Grant that you approved. And we were able to roll out $100,000 to local farmers. I received 23 applications. They all came in on time and had made all the appropriate requests. Those 23 applications request was $562,000. I was only able to award $100,000 per the grant. The money went to Creekbound Farms LLC for purchase of a drone trailer, Waltz Family Farm for expansion and housing for a beef operation, Painted Pastures for renovation and upgrades to a kitchen area for a new product line, Milk and Honey Farms for equipment expansion for their vegetable operation, and Delightful Dairy for 12-month seeding capacity to complement their milk and cheese increased production. Those awards have been awarded, and I look forward to rolling out another $100,000 next year as part of the grant that you approved. And a reminder, that money came from the Hotel Motel Fund. So I just wanted to.
Thank you, Leslie. I just have a curious question.
Yes, sir.
How did we determine the winners or the recipients?
It was a point award, so every component of the application had a scoring piece to it. And it had to do with innovation, provide pictures, detailed drawings, estimates, things like that. And 3 judges reviewed the applications independently and scored, and then those 3 judges' totals were combined for a total scoring.
Oh, that sounds like a good system.
I was pleased with the results.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good job.
All right.
Thanks to the
Thank you.
Weddle family also.
I'm sorry?
No, I say thanks to the Weddle family also.
Do you want me to just keep going?
Yep, please.
Okay, happy to. This is the exciting part for me. This happens once a year, and it is always my honor and privilege to announce the 2023-2024 Farm of the Year. And I guess you figured out they're behind me.
It was a tough guess, but we got it.
Yeah. The Farm of the Year program rolled out in 2011, and we've been awarding and recognizing local farms since that time. This marks the 13th year for recognizing the Farm of the Year, and the application process looks at production, conservation, preservation, community involvement, and dedication to farming and agriculture. And that really represents the gold standard for this award. Other counties across the state have modeled their Farm of the Years and recognition awards after ours. Previous winners include Misty Meadow, Big Cork, Stonewall Angus, Ivy Hill. And this one's pretty special to me. And I'll tell you why in a second. Creekbound Farms LLC is located at 9320 Garashop Road, consists of 730 acres of land with an additional 3,900 acres that are rented and crop shared. The very first Washington County Farm of the Year was announced in 2011, and it went to Creekbound Farms LLC under different leadership. It was Jim and Bonnie Weddle who applied in 2011. Today's application came from Jeremiah and Janelle Weddle. In 2011, Creekbound Farms specialized in dairy replacement heifers and growing and selling crops. A lot has changed since then. Today's farm focuses on crop production along with utilizing the best technology and conservation practices available. Creekbound Farms LLC was recognized as the Maryland Conservation Steward in 2013. The management practices on the farm are adjusted to meet the economic and best practices needs of any given season. Creekbound Farms LLC and the Weddle family has been involved and influential in preservation efforts in our county. The 4 owners of Creekbound Farms have preserved 3 large farms, all of which are part of the MOUTH program, Maryland Ag Land Preservation Foundation. This is a quote from Jeremiah and Janelle. "Agriculture is our passion, and then we feel as though it is what we were intended to do with our resources and our lives. Our family has been blessed with opportunities in agriculture for generations, and we want to pass on those opportunities to future generations." And 2 twin boys are also behind me. That's the future generations. Family focus continues to be on the investment of personnel and equipment in each aspect of the farming operation. Building relationships with the community, neighbors, and landlords help create long-term lasting partnerships. Planning for the future and the next generation, again, is an important component of the Farm of the Year Award. Senior partners Jim and Bonnie Weddle started the business in 1978 and purchased the Poffenberger property in 1980. The second location of Creekbound Farms was purchased in 2003 and is the home to Jeremiah, Janelle, and twin sons Noah and Eli. Creekbound East and Creekbound South Farms were added in 2013 and 14. A family succession plan was established in 2018 to continue the Weddle farming tradition. Blue Mountain Farm in Smithsburg is another addition to the farming operation inventory. In 2021, a large grain facility expansion was added to the Garishop location and to further expand the business. And you're harvesting over 1,900 acres of corn, 2,300 acres of soybeans, and over 1,500 acres of wheat, plus additional grass, hay, and straw. The family is kept very busy, along with the 10 full-time employees and additional part-time employees that help through the harvest months. Innovations on the land include a fence sprayer and an agricultural drone for all spraying, 11 grain bins with a capacity of over 430,000 bushels, and a dryer to preserve the quality of all grains harvested adds to the high-quality products. 4 tractor trailers and 2 straight trucks keep the grain moving in and around the county and on to its final destination. Crop rotation is key to allowing for double cropping. Connection to the Washington County community is another key metric for the winning Farm of the Year. The Weddle family has been heavily involved in the community through their longstanding partnerships with Horizon Farm Credit Advisory Committee, Maryland Farm Bureau, Maryland Grain Producers, Washington County Agricultural Expo and Fair, Washington County Farmland Preservation Board, Boonesboro Athletic Boosters, the boys both play football, Boonesboro FFA alumni and supporters, St. James Brethren Church, and Benevola United Methodist Church. Creekbound Farms LLC and the entire farm family, I introduce you to the 2023-2024 Farm of the Year, Creekbound Farms. Just as a reminder that we're going to present them with the plaque that I carried in today, and we'll get photographs. A wooden plaque comes after we've taken formal pictures of the family, and they will be featured in marketing campaigns for the next 12 months, publicized through our office.
Good.
Fantastic.
You're welcome. I'm very proud to present them. Okay, you want to come up for a picture?
Guess we're going, huh? I'll stand behind you. There we go. The crew.
Squeeze in there, everybody.
One big happy family, aren't we?
That's just impressive. I love it.
Okay. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, smiling, big smiles, big smiles.
Okey doke.
All right, thank you very much. Jeremiah, would you like to say a few words to the commissioners?
Thank you to everyone, thank you for the support in the ag community. As Leslie mentioned, preservation is something that's very strong in our hearts, and I know you guys are discussing some extra preservation efforts, and all of these people here show up at our farm early in the morning, and most of them, when we're busy, stay until after dark. And we love what we do, and we thank you all for making efforts to preserve the land that we farm. And I want to thank all the guys that have these, and girls that have these sweatshirts on. This is our family. So, Leslie said to bring the family, so here we are.
Thanks, Leslie. Yes, thank you.
I think we're done.
We done?
It's all right with you all. We're gonna get back to farming now. Yeah, thank you.
Good seeing y'all.
Stay for 1 minute.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Oh, okay.
And commissioners, if you don't mind, Leslie, if you could please join me at the table. I wanted to.
Oh, don't leave, I'll be right out.
That's all.
Oh, you can go out in the hallway. Just don't leave the building.
Okay. Before we move on to the next agenda item, I believe Jonathan Horowitz has something he'd like to present.
Yes, thank you, commissioners, for entertaining this a little additional agenda item here. I just wanted to take this opportunity to call a little attention out to the work of Leslie Hart and her impact on the agriculture community. You can see the passion that comes through and obviously the impact that she's made on these, generational type farms. I just wanted to call out, President Barr, I do believe you may have a couple additional things there for Leslie. Leslie's now second year in a row been recognized by the International Economic Development Council. This is an international agency that spearheads economic development throughout the world. They have recognized her now twice in a row for her efforts in terms of supporting the marketing for agriculture in Washington County. I believe you guys are familiar with the Grown Local magazine that she published now 2 years in a row. This received a Gold International Award for Economic Development. It is their highest honor. And they called her out in San Antonio, Texas this year on stage and recognized her efforts. Also, the Faces of Farming campaign that you see monthly in here and that are published on YouTube for the citizens to view, that received a Bronze International Award this year. So not only one, but 2 international awards have been awarded for Leslie Hart's efforts, and I just wanted to make note in front of the community for her efforts. And if Leslie would bless us up front again, I'd like to have some pictures with her awards too, so we can do some PR on that.
I know Leslie's very humble, but I'm gonna need some help to give out all this recognition and accommodation to a real sweetheart.
Hard to be humble, isn't it? Isn't it, Leslie?
Come on up, Leslie. We got, Jeff, you wanna do?
Sure.
You wanna do the gold?
Man, this one's heavy.
Well, I'll start out first with a certificate of recognition. I'll start out from County, certificate of recognition is presented to Leslie Hart. If I get the tears out of my eyes, I can maybe read it. The Board of County Commissioners of Washington County would like to extend our sincerest congratulations to Leslie Hart and the entire Department of Economic and Business Development team for their recognition by the International Economic Development Council. IEDC awarded their highest honor, a Gold Award, for the most recent publication of the Grown Local Agricultural Magazine, and awarded a Bronze Award for the 2023 Faces of Farming video campaign. Thank you and your team for all your efforts and that make our county such a wonderful place to call home. Yay. Now you got the gold.
I got the gold, it's so heavy it slipped out of my hands. I'm very proud and honored to be here to present this to you today. I've known you for a long time, and I've witnessed your passion and all your efforts throughout all these years. So again, a heartfelt thank you from me as well. On behalf of the Commissioners and the IEDC Excellent in Economic Development Awards, the gold winner is presented to the Washington County Department of Business and Economic Development team in recognition of Grown Local Magazine and Newsletter 2023 to Leslie Hart. Congratulations.
And bronze, third, right? So Leslie always makes everyone feel welcome and at home, okay? She's always got a smile, okay? Even when she's yelling at you for doing something stupid. All right? Okay, so the International Economic Development Council Power of Knowledge and Leadership Award for Excellence in Economic Development, bronze winner. Presented to Washington County Department of Business and Economic Development in recognition of Faces of Farming video campaign. There you go, congratulations.
One, two, three. Thank you.
I think they should have been both gold winners.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did we want to get up all this up here? Bring them up here with us, we'll hold them up for you.
Okay, I'll bring it.
Yeah.
Hey, carry on now.
Yes,
Here, give me one of them.
I know everything.
You know. There you go. There you go.
It's covered in my belly, I like it.
Here we go. One, two, three.
Jonathan, you need to get in here, please.
Oh, yeah.
The boss.
Oh, just how soon will you forget, Jonathan?
Okay. One, two, three. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. Good job, well done.
Congratulations, Leslie. Thank you for everything.
Again, congratulations, Leslie Hart. Next. Thank you. Thank you.
See you guys, girls.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, what a driver behind you there.
Okay, next up, we have Child Support Enforcement Cooperative Agreement, approval to submit application. Good morning, Nicole.
So it might just be. I saw her, but maybe she's busy. So I will go ahead and get started. Nicole Phillips, Grant Manager, Office of Grant Management. I'm here today for a motion to approve the submission of the application to the Child Support Administration Cooperative Reimbursement Agreement to the Department of Human Services, requesting a total of $485,000 $83,808 for FY '24, and to accept the funding as awarded by the agency. The Washington County Sheriff's Office is requesting approval to submit an application to renew the cooperative agreement between the Department of Human Services Child Support Administration and the Board of County Commissioners to reimburse the cost of child support enforcement services provided by the Washington County Sheriff's Office. The application is requesting a total of $483,808, excuse me, which will reimburse the salaries of officers and 2 senior associates and a portion of equipment during the 1-year period. The child support enforcement services provided by the Sheriff's Office include serving summonses, warrants, along with courtroom security of the child support hearings. There are no matching funds required with this request.
Motion to approve.
Can I have just one quick question?
Second, he's got a motion. I'll just second.
Quick question.
Sorry.
Okay. So if this does not get approved eventually, how does is the Sheriff's Department already funding a lot of this anyway? So this is a reimbursement?
It's a reimbursement.
But you budgeted to do this, or are you absolutely counting on this, and you programmed and planned for this money?
Yes.
And so if you didn't get it, you would need to fill the gap some other way, right?
Yes, sir.
Because there's no other, we're not freeing up any money here.
Correct.
Okay, good.
We're counting on it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand, we're not gonna free up something that the Sheriff's Department can use for something else?
No, we're not.
Okay. And does this happen every year?
We've been doing this, I'm gonna say, over 2 decades with this grant.
Okay, so it's just counted on every.
It's just a recurring grant, and if we didn't get this grant, we would need to come up with an alternate funding source, or we would need to cut the
I
expenditures.
thought so, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion second, ready to vote. Any other questions? All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. 5-0. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up is intergovernmental cooperative contract lease/purchase 23-0122-1 John Deere 624P wheel loader. Good morning.
Randy Nagelbauer in the Purchasing Department.
Dave Mason with Solid Waste.
The first recommendation I have for you this morning is the intergovernmental cooperative contract for the lease of 1 new John Deere 624P wheel loader. Move to authorize by resolution for the Department of Solid Waste to lease 1 new John Deere 624P wheel loader from Jesco Incorporated out of South Plainfield, New Jersey, for a total cost of $294,040.27, and to utilize another jurisdiction's contract, which was awarded by Sourcewell to John Deere Company out of Cary, North Carolina. The Solid Waste Department is requesting to lease 1 new wheel loader to replace 1 1996 John Deere 744E wheel loader. The existing wheel loader has an odometer reading of 5,550 hours and is in poor operational condition. It also exceeds the county's vehicle and equipment type guidelines. The county's replacement guidelines for wheel loaders are recommended at every 5 years. The replacement of the wheel loader is part of the submitted quote and will be traded in, and the trade-in value is specified on the quote. The Code of Law provides that the Washington County Commissioners may procure services through another jurisdiction's contracts as long as we abide by the same terms and conditions of that contract. And we do benefit with a direct cost savings due to the economies of scale that the contract has leveraged. Funds are available in the amount of $604,601.10 in the department's operating budget.
I always have curious questions. I'm going to ask it. I personally don't like leases, but this says lease purchase. So is this a lease with an option to purchase? Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what we've been doing lately. So what we try to do is replace equipment as often as possible, but we can't replace equipment every 5 years, so we'll buy this at the end of 5 years and use it all.
Is that truly a good figure? The life expectancy drives me crazy too. Like they say, a building's good for 50 years and it's really good for 200. Is it a guideline somewhere we use, or?
Yeah, there are guidelines set up the county has. So 5 years, it all depends on use. This is going to be our main loader.
Okay,
we'll
gotcha.
definitely get our use out of it.
I'm not against it. It's just the questions I have that always raise my little red flags. But So this is, we've done this many times, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we've done it over the last 5 years.
So what would, so there's, it's 294,000 over the term, I guess that's the figure I'm looking at?
Yeah.
And we have 604 somewhere in budget for that, correct? Is that a good way to say it?
It's in the budget for a variety.
Yeah, the line item on the budget's 624.
So,
it's-
would I be, if you just went and bought it, how much would it cost? How much if you just bought one?
I think it's 320-some thousand.
So you're saving 30,000 by lease purchase, or?
It ends up being a little bit more because you're leasing it, but we don't have the funds to just outright buy equipment,
I got you.
you know, so the lease is the only way we can
So
actually.
it's a slow way of purchasing and spending the 294,000 yearly?
Right.
Okay, that's all I needed to
We
know.
can't buy it outright, but leasing gets our.
And there's a
replaced on
maintenance
regular
agreement with
basis.
that included in that?
Yes.
No, I'd motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for approval. All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Okay. Thank you. Next item is rescind contract award PUR 1607 MLK Electrical Services Upgrade.
Randy Nagelbauer in the Purchasing Department.
Andrew Eschlin, Director of Public Works.
DNS recommendation after this morning is the rescind for contract PUR 1607, the MLK Electrical Services Upgrade. Move to relieve Star Exfoliating and Electrical of Clear Spring, Maryland from the contract without prejudice for the contract for electrical services at the Martin Luther King Building, which was approved by the Board of County Commissioners on July 11th, 2023, for a total sum of $204,372.60. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the contracted company could not meet the requirements of the contract. So we want to relieve them of the contract.
Just a question. Go ahead.
No, I'm good, go. You're gonna probably ask the same thing.
Okay. As far as the bonding requirements, did they not have to provide that up front, or is that normally a process that occurs after the bid process takes place?
They did have bonding. It was a requirement of the contract, so they did know of these requirements up front.
But to your question, there's two different bonds. There's a bid bond and there's a payment and performance bond. It was the latter that wasn't able to be secured by them, and that's required upon prior to award.
I'm sorry, say, that's required prior to the award?
Correct. So after we open the bids, because they have to pay money to have that, so we don't ask that at the time of the bid. They have the bid security, but the payment performance bond is something they have to do before we enter into a contract.
Okay. Was that your question, Commissioner Wagner?
It was something about the bonding, but also it was, yeah, that was pretty much it in a nutshell. So this is put back out?
We went to the next low bidder.
And who was the next low bidder?
That's next.
Huh?
That's next.
Oh,
That's what its
okay.
recommendation.
My question is, that information about the bonding requirements are on the contract, correct?
It's on the solicitation that was on the street, so yes, they did
Okay.
know prior.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. For the record, I do believe I abstained voting for this the first time, so I'll abstain here again today.
Okay.
And likewise, the next subject matter. But ready to vote? All in favor by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. 4-0. Okay,
Thank you. Randy Nagelbauer in the Purchasing Department.
Andrew Eschlin, Director of Public Works.
The next recommendation is the contract award for 1607 MLK Electrical Upgrades. Move to award the contract for the MLK Electrical Upgrades project to the responsible bidder, Ebenezer Electric, out of Woodbridge, Virginia, who submitted the lowest total lump sum bid of $290,000. The work to be performed by the contractor under this project generally includes, but is not limited to, the installation of new electrical service and new main distribution panel. The contract shall plan for continuity of service and selected demolition of old service. The contractor shall install all electrical receptacles, lights, fire alarm equipment, and associated wiring, providing all miscellaneous work as indicated on the plan or required to complete the work. The project is substantially completed within 45 days of the notice to proceed. Again, this was advertised in the local newspaper, the Maryland Marketplace website, and the county's website. We had 21 companies download the document. We received 3 bids back, this being the next low. Funding is available in the amount of $1,021,851 in the department's capital improvement budget.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
I have a question, if I could. Brandy, do you know if we've ever done in the past, or might we have an opportunity? It really hurts me to see the contract originally awarded to a local contractor, local jobs, that would be good. Taxes, local income, tax locally here, that would be good. Have we ever had maybe a seminar or something through the purchasing department that can help train local contractors if they want to take part in local government contracts, the process, things that might be helpful, so maybe the bidder, not just this one, the next one that comes along, might know what those requirements are for bonding, or maybe it's not a bonding related issue, but that way we can encourage more local contractors to participate in this process. Have we ever put on a seminar, or are there training resources available for that?
So, to my knowledge, no, but I have recently talked to Andrew about possibly having a lunch and learn, because there are a lot of questions when it comes to bonding, not just with our vendors, but some of our internal departments. So, yes, we have talked about this recently. So we have been looking into a source to provide that.
That would be great. I would really support that.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
Permits does it, right? Don't they?
Yes, they do plan review processing permits, and so.
Every 3 years, there's new.
Yeah, so again, that's something that we've talked about, and it's come up from time to time about the bonding requirements and the thresholds and where those limits should be. So there's some flexibility, and we've had internal conversations about that, and I think what you mentioned as far as the lunch and learn with the surety is kind of the first place we wanted to start.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, I'll ask for a motion to go into closed session for the reasons stated.
Motion to go into closed session.
Second.
Okay. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 5-0. Thank you. Let's take a